Okay, here's your instructional video on, you've just received your GoFoil or your Aguera board from the factory. Okay, I've cut open this box already. It's packed, I've taken some of this apart already, but this is how the board is packed. This here will be your wings. Pull your wings out of your styrofoam here, or your rail padding. Okay. This is the race wing. If we can pull it out of here. Everything's built of solid carbon. So there's no foam inside these wings, they're solid. So everything is super strong. If you hit the reef, hit a turtle, hit a stick, this wing won't split apart, which is common on a lot of the other products that you can get in the world, because they're putting foam inside wings, they're putting foam inside your mast and your fuselage, and eventually the foam can come apart, especially if you hit something. It has a tendency to split apart from the foam. Okay, it's your race wing. This will be your race tail wing. We'll get this out of here. That's what your race tail wing looks like. You've got your foot straps. Like say you order the whole package. This package is a 155 board with both sets of wings. This is the all-around back wing. Okay, this should be the all-around front wing. These are your screws. Okay, you got 2 Tuttle screws, and there's 4 screws for your wings. The bigger screw here, this 1-inch wing, will go in the front wing. The other 3 are made for your back wings. This right here is your mast cover. And I'm having some issues with this back zipper here. These guys had sent me the wrong zipper. I had requested the other one that is on this other wing cover, and basically put a little drop of super glue right here in the back. If you get one of these with the faulty zipper on it, put a little drop there to hold this metal piece together, because this metal piece, this thing comes out, and then when I try to squeeze it down, this can break right here. So put a little dab of super glue right where you see the gap, right here between these 2 metal pieces. Put a piece of tiny drop of super glue. Try not to get it on your zipper so that this still moves. That seems to be holding the zipper together. Otherwise, the rest of the zipper works good. It's just this inferior metal that they put on here. Okay. You should have 3 foot straps. Here's your 3 foot straps. Here's your mast. This is called the mast. This is called the fuselage. Okay, the wings fit on into these holes here. You slide the wings on, put the screws in through these holes. These at the bottom are called barrel nuts. These are for your Tuttle. When you slide this, this is a Tuttle base. We also make a foil plate, which will be a plate base, which is one that's bolted with 4 bolts into the bottom of the board. This one slides into the bottom of your board, and 2 screws go inside here. These 2 longer screws right here will hold this straight into your board. We'll get to that here in a second. Okay, this should be the all-around front wing. This is more of a low speed, hovers at low speed a little bit better than the race wing. The race wing's a faster wing. This is more of a low speed wing that'll go really good in waves too, because it has it's kind of a little bit of concave on the one side and a foil section on the other side. So this one has a tendency to hover really good. It's not as fast as that one, but you can hover or learn at lower speeds with this wing, and it's better through waves, we've found, because this one handles bubbles better. Since it's always lifting all the time, the bubbles don't affect this wing as much as they do, you know, our racing wings. Okay, so here's all of your setup right there. That's what it all looks like. You got the all-around wing, all-around tail wing. Then you've got the race wings here in the front, Okay, we're missing the one piece here. Where is it? It is this one here. This one is the mount for your racing tail wing. Basically the way this one works is you've got, get all some of this tape off of here. This race wing is going to mount like this on top of here. So you can adjust this tail wing by putting spacers underneath here. Either you want more lift or less lift. More lift would be like this. You would drive the front up. Less lift, you put the tail wing the opposite and it drives the nose down. Okay, so here's all your pieces. Now let's take apart this board. This right here is your wing covers. I'm going to carefully try and cut this off. You can see it, these boards are built or are packed very, very well. This right here is your wing cover. See, this one has a slightly different zipper. This zipper I liked, and this is the one I requested to be on everything, but they only put it on the wing cover. So I'm trying to work on my supplier to make sure that they do that right in the future, but that might take a while. Okay, cut your board out. As you can see, these things are really packed well. Okay, now this is what we call the green. The green configuration, we've got a couple different color combos. These are basically the stripes. You got green ones, you got yellow ones, and a red one. Okay, this is the 155 Pro Race. Okay, it's a little bit smaller board. This one is 5'1" by 19.5 approximately. The 160 board is 5'3" by 22.25. So these are both made of super solid composite construction. We have really good sandwich materials that are fully wrapped top and bottom. These have carbon decks down to here, so everything on this board is super strong. As you can see, that's got a really full-on deck pad. We put holes in them. These are making it extra grippy. It's super grippy. It feels way better than my non-skid boards. No non-skid on the nose, so you don't scuff your knees when you're falling off, which is a problem when you're foiling. Okay, now on these boards, you got your foot straps. Okay, when I recommend when you're first learning, like say you're brand new to foiling, you put your foot straps in the forward position. You got 5 holes here. Okay, so I recommend go forward, put your Aguera name backwards this way, and it comes with your screws and your washers. Put them in the forward position when you're first learning, and that helps you keep the nose down, because when you're first learning you have a lot of problems with boards riding up. If you're already experienced foiler, like a guy like this who's picking up a 155 Pro Race, he already knows pretty much how to ride this guy, so he can just put it wherever he feels comfortable. Basically, you forward if you have too much lift, backwards if you want more lift. Same thing in the back. These ones, I like to ride mine really far back, but there's different positions here. You got a 5-hole insert in the back here, a couple more here. Then you can use the actual Tuttle bolt, can actually go through your foot strap here. You can use these double screws that are on right here to put in your foot strap. Also, you got another spot, and then if you really want it forward, you can use the front Tuttle bolt with one of these back ones. So you got a lot of options moving your foot straps. Foot straps allow you to balance the board out, and you've got lots of different options. Like you play with your wings, you want more lift, or you can play with your foot straps and get more or less lift. So there's a lot of different options involved with trying to get balance. Depending on your weight, the lighter guy tends to be a little bit more forward than a really heavy guy. Like say the guy weighed 220, he might want to be all the way back. The guy weighs 140 might want to be all the way forward. So that's the way you work with different lift options Okay, so here are all the products right here that comes with your, if you wanted both sets of wings.